Hello everyone and welcome again to another English with Joseph. Well, I'm pleased to inform you that the weather is getting better here in Barcelona in Spain, and today it's a little bit warmer after the very bad rain that we've had in the last few days. Well, today I would like to talk to you about a very important subject, and that is working in the UK. Well, working in the UK is a very long and detailed subject which covers things like your ability to work in the UK, taxes, and also how to find work in the UK. These are three very separate things. So today we're going to talk about your CV, Curriculum Vitae, CV. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but basically a CV is a document, usually one page, maybe two maximum, about your experience of work. This is what you would send to a potential employer to show them your experience and to ask them to review it. A CV tells an employer about your current role, your previous roles, and also your qualifications. It should be no longer than a page and a half or maybe 2 pages and should not include a photo. There's all kinds of templates on Microsoft Word about it. You can have a look through those. Alternatively, you can also do some other research, but we don't usually include pictures on our CVs. You also have to keep in mind the type of industry you work in. If you work in finance, you would want a straight CV, which is very formal looking, but maybe to get a job in a more artistic, smoother, friendlier industry such as the arts, perhaps a CV with some colour or some watermarks may be necessary. Whatever way you choose to do it, a CV is a very important and formal document, and therefore it's not something that should look too informal. There's many other things I could say about the CV, but what I can tell you is these days they should not be handwritten. You know, back in the 1980s when we didn't have access to computers or printers, we used to handwrite our CVs and send them to companies. That's something which simply doesn't happen now. Anyway, I think probably to find work in the UK, the most important thing is to actually believe that you can. Something I hear again and again is, oh, but my English isn't good enough to work in the UK. Oh, but my English and blah and everything. Or maybe you won't need your English to work in the UK. Maybe you would end up working with your own language in the UK. Or maybe you would become bilingual, a translator, or even a teacher of your native tongue. So you don't really have to cross off the list, no, I can't go to the UK, my English is bad. That's a very extreme reaction, and many people are indeed guilty of doing that. Oh, anyway. Let's talk a little bit more about CVs. So they're documents, usually 1 or 2 pages, printed off in black and white. At the top it would usually have your name, address, contact details, nationality. There's no requirement to mention religion or political status or any other details other than perhaps British, Japanese, Irish, with a little mission statement. And then you have your work history as well as your education. If you really don't want to do a CV, or if you're not good at doing them, or if you're like me and have no confidence whatsoever, then you can simply approach an agency. You can sit down with them and work out your previous experience, or you can draft up a rough CV and send it to them, because they will polish it, of course, because they'll be selling you to a company where they make lots of money and you don't. because that's the way agencies work. They introduce you to a company for a fee. You don't have to pay anything, it's all free. One of the famous agencies in the UK is Reed, R-E-E-D. I think it's .co.uk. We also have Manpower, which is another one. These are, I think, international agencies also. Anyway, the fact is that you can easily approach an agency and ask them to help you, and they'll make you feel good. They'll help you with any way they can, because once they know what your skills are, they'll try and get you into a company which they work with or which they know. So agencies are free, and it would be a wonderful way to get you in. Okay, well that's all of my news for you today. So just to let you know again, a CV would be a wonderful introduction to a job agency to get you into a company. REED is a good one. Reed. There's another one called Manpower. There's also our government agency, which I think is called Job Centre Plus. You could register with them as well. So there's a few hints and tips for you. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye bye.